guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. This morning, we're going to go over NXT last night for January 25th, 2017. The go-home show, the last hype for NXT Takeover San Antonio. We had that big women's brawl at the end of the show tonight. We got video packages, and all in all, there really wasn't much in this show for NXT Takeover San Antonio, which, again, I do believe it's going to be a good show. I do think that we are going into the show with a very underwhelming build, which typically is a good thing, because when WWE gives us an underwhelming build, usually they always come out and give us an overwhelming show. So I am really going into this with low expectations, which is not a bad thing, and I don't want it to come off as a bad thing. And most of you guys are probably thinking the same thing. You're going into TakeOver with low expectations, but the lower the expectations, listen, we never had a bad TakeOver show before, so you know it's going to be great. And you know it's going to succeed, and it's going to, generate excitement. So I'm very excited about Saturday, but it's the first time in several events that TakeOver is not going to be the main thing for the weekend, man. There's no doubt the Royal Rumble is shaping up to be fucking epic, and who knows, man. It's very unpredictable. Who knows what the hell's going to happen on Sunday night. So for the first time in a long time, NXT is going to be behind WWE, because the Royal Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view of the calendar year, and I can't wait for Sunday night. It's going to be something to watch, and it's going to be memorable, and something big is going to happen. I just have a feeling Sunday night's going to be very, very big as we kickstart the road to WrestleMania. I want to thank everybody for watching me. I want to thank everybody for supporting my new sponsor, man, audibletrial.com. Audible is sponsoring the podcast, and they are giving everybody who's listening today and from every day going forward, they're giving everybody listening today 30 days to try the service for free. That includes one free audio book. All you got to do is go to audibletrial.com/offthescript, and you're going to get a free audio book courtesy of Audible Trial and courtesy of Off the Script. 30 days free to try the service. Great way to support the show. Great way to support the channel. And you're getting one free audio book out of it. That's good for iPhone, iTunes, Android, iPad, any tablet that you guys got, any Android tablet on the go. It's downloadable right to the device. It's fucking free. It's awesome. And if you guys do sign up, tweet me at JD from NY206, and I will automatically retweet you. Tell me which book you signed up for and what you're going to be reading. So that's great, and I thank everybody for signing up with Audible, audibletrial.com/offthescript. Not much happened on NXT tonight, and I think this is going to be a very, very quick review, man. I do have a video coming out later, a big off-the-script extra video. Kenny Omega, man, huge Royal Rumble tease. I go over 2017 and 2018 plans of how I would book Kenny Omega in the WWE and how I would not have him debut in the Royal Rumble, man. Big, big video, about 30 minutes long. Nice little podcast to get you guys ready for the main event off the script on Friday. So make sure you guys check that out. That should be uploaded around 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you guys mark that down in your phones. Set an alert. Off the script extra. Kenny Omega. Huge Royal Rumble tease and his latest contract status with New Japan Pro Wrestling. All this according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer. Make sure you guys mark that down. Off the script extra, 4 p.m. Eastern Time today. Okay? NXT, not much happened. We're going to run through this very, very quickly. Ember Moon started the show off. She defeated Liv Morgan last week. Liv told Ember Moon, listen, you're not the only woman that's looking out for that championship match at NXT TakeOver. We are going to show that there is plenty of talent. There are plenty of women in this division that are hungry. So Liv Morgan challenged Ember Moon. They shook hands on it, and here we are. Ember Moon makes quick work of Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan came out to new wrestling attire. Her theme song is still fucking cringe. Cringe to the fucking last letter, man. I can't stand it. It's so... It makes my ears bleed, to be perfectly honest with you. I fucking hate it. I don't know what it is. I fucking hate it. Liv Morgan, she looked great tonight. Very attractive. She was always attractive, but she actually looked a little bit more serious tonight. She looked good because she had new ring attire. Instead of, coming out looking like she's going to a fucking punk rock concert, she actually looked like a professional wrestler tonight with the new attire. I like it. But that did nothing in terms of making her a victor tonight. Ember Moon, she destroyed Liv Morgan with the Eclipse. Ember Moon dumped Liv Morgan over the top rope during one portion of this match, hit hard on the concrete. Baseball slide right to the face on the ring apron, and then follow that up with the Eclipse. 1, 2, 3. Ember Moon is going to be the #1 contender for the Women's Championship, and I do believe that will be Asuka. I would not beat Asuka at San Antonio. I would not beat Asuka at TakeOver. That's a mistake. Ember Moon versus Asuka is the way to go, and Tom Phillips even brought it up tonight in commentary. Ember Moon is undefeated since being in NXT, or since debuting in NXT. So you know what's coming. You're going to have undefeated Asuka versus undefeated Ember Moon, and one of them is going to lose, and Asuka is going to lose, and Ember Moon is going to be the new women's champion. So that's what I think they are going towards, and I've been saying it since Ember Moon debuted. Because before Ember Moon debuted, I was watching tape, I was watching video, I was watching matches of her work in all the other promotions she was in before she came to WWE. And I was an instant fan. So Ember Moon, Asuka, that is the money match for NXT TakeOver Orlando WrestleMania weekend. She beats Liv Morgan with the Eclipse, that top rope stunner. Beautiful. No Way Jose versus Kona Reeves. This match went 4 minutes. No Way Jose wins with a pop-up baseball punch. Instead of a pop-up powerbomb by KO, No Way Jose pops him up right to the jaw. 1, 2, 3. There was one thing that Corey Graves said in this match, and it was to Kona Reeves. He described Kona Reeves as someone who would have an egg profile picture on Twitter. He said, Kona Reeves is like one of those guys on Twitter who would probably have an egg profile picture and who would talk trash about me on Twitter about my commentary style. So, Kona Reeves is a troll. Kona Reeves is benchable, is what Corey Graves is saying. I like it. I laughed out loud with that. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Anyway, Kona Reeves loses in 4 minutes to No Way Jose. We had Elias Samson come out here. And by the way, the reason why Kona Reeves was on this show in this match was because back during NXT TakeOver Toronto, Sanity attacked Rich Swann and Kona Reeves after a match. And Rich Swann and No Way Jose were tag team partners during the Dusty Classic. So he came out to help his partner, Rich Swann at the time, and he didn't help Kona Reeves. So that's the reason why they had a match. So they put them together on tonight's show. No Way Jose wins with that pop-up Superman punch, or whatever the fuck he was, that baseball punch. But after the match, Elias Samson comes out, and he starts strumming his guitar, and he starts making 500 people's ears bleed at the same time. And he is now, I believe, wanting a feud or wanting a match with No Way Jose. This is probably not going to happen at the pay-per-view because it's too short notice. I'm assuming this is going to be taped before the pay-per-view, and this will air next week. How they usually do, they tape matches before the pay-per-view, and they air them next week because they're fucking lazy. But No Way Jose stopped Elias Samson from singing, thank Christ, and he said, "Just drift away," in the rhythm of his theme song, which was fucking awesome. I loved it. The crowd started to sing along. He was like, "Just drift away," and he starts dancing in the middle of the ring. I thought it was fucking great. I like No Way Jose. I like his charisma. I like his style. I like his attitude. I like his I like his vibrance. I think he's great. And I love his theme song, man. It gets everybody fucking hyped. It's a great way to start a show. But they started to brawl, and that was it. You know, Elias Samson gets a nice little punch to the fucking jaw, and he backs away. I'm assuming this is going to be a match, like I said, right before the pay-per-view on Saturday night. We had a segment with Andrade Cien Almas, Mr. Strippergram, who I'm actually warming up to, by the way. I really like his heel work. He still needs a fucking translator or a managerial figure, something. Because this guy, again, cutting a backstage promo in fucking Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, motherfucker, okay? I speak English, and I can't understand what you're trying to get across. I understand words here and there, but I can't piece the fucking puzzle together. Get a fucking mouthpiece so I can understand what this guy's trying to say, and I can see the emotion on him. That's all I want. He can stand there and give me facial expressions and show me that he's angry or he's fucking smiling like a prick. I need a managerial figure because I want to understand what this guy is saying. At this point, I'm slowly warming up to him. You don't want me to shit all over Almas again, do you? Come on. All I got out of this promo was that they have a match at TakeOver, or they meaning he and Roderick Strong, and that he's going to kick Roderick Strong in the face. Okay, so Roderick Strong comes into frame. He's like, listen, bro, I'm standing right here now. You know, you telling me you're going to kick me in the face? Kick me in the face right here. Let me see you do it. So Almas backs away, fixes his top hat. He walks away smiling. And then Roderick Strong was about to get a few words in, and then Almas just comes out of nowhere, blindsides Roderick Strong, and what does he do? He legitimately kicks him in the fucking face. Starts beating the shit out of him right there. So that's pretty much going to be, I think, the opening match, I believe. If I was booking it, I would book this match to open the show at NXT TakeOver San Antonio. And they got my interest, man. Almas is doing some decent heel work. He's had some great matches with Oney Lorcan. Roderick Strong, I do believe, is going to be a top-tier talent in NXT in 2017, and I mean to the point where he's going to be challenging for the NXT Championship at the end of the year. They just got to build him up. Crowd's got to get to know him, you know, got to get on his side. But they have a match at TakeOver, and I think it's going to be pretty decent, man. So that's what happened there, just to get a little bit more zing for their match this Saturday night. Eric Young defeated Chris Atkins. I never heard of him before. He defeated Atkins with a wheelbarrow neck breaker at 1 minute 55 seconds. Chris Atkins, at first glance, easily reminded me of EC3. Hopefully you guys thought the same. Same physique, same facial features. He just reminds, same hair, same thing, same everything. He just reminded me of EC3 for some reason. Eric Young dominates the match from the start. Absolutely no offense from Chris Atkins. This week was the first week where we had the new name for Big Damo. He's going now under the name of Killian Dane. So that's his new WWE name. And he pretty much signaled Big Damo, Killian Dane, to execute a huge senton splash right across Chris Atkins' chest, and that was pretty much it. Saying that he will destroy Ty Dillinger this Saturday at TakeOver. So I'm looking forward to that match, man. Like I said, a lot of you didn't understand when I said it last week. I think Eric Young and Ty Dillinger is going to be the sleeper match of TakeOver. And by sleeper, I mean it's going to be a match that really nobody is anticipating to be great, and it's going to be great. Because I think Ty Dillinger is great in the ring. I like the way he works. I like the way he cuts promos. He's very intense. Eric Young has been fucking great so far in his WWE NXT run. I think it's going to be a match that people really aren't going to be invested in immediately, but at the end of it, it's going to be a sleeper match. It's going to be a match that everybody's going to go back and say, you know what, that was a great match at TakeOver. So I'm looking very much forward to Eric Young versus Ty Dillinger. And I do believe the rumors are true. Everybody's talking about it. There's no way WWE can not acknowledge them. Ty Dillinger will be number 10 in the Royal Rumble. It just makes sense. It's over like fucking crazy. So why not? You know, give Ty Dillinger his call up already and put him on SmackDown. I didn't know what was going on with Shane Thorne. Last week on the review, I didn't think they had the injury angle there because he was legitimately hurt. They had a match with Revival. TM61 did. I thought it was this week, but it was in fact last week. And if you guys really didn't read the spoilers, you would have never known that he was fucking hurt. You know? But Shane Thorne really did have knee surgery. He was really hurt last week. They played it off as an injury angle. They did very well to play it off last week, but he is out 6 to 9 months, and he's going to be gone. They were about to be pushed. They were about to be repackaged. They were going to have a huge part in the tag team division, and they were supposed to have a match with the Revival at TakeOver, and I was hoping to see that, but not anymore. TM61 is going to be gone 6 to 9 months. Shane Thorne had surgery, and the Revival, there's nothing left for them in NXT anyway. I see them being called up WrestleMania week, so that's a sad state of affairs. The NXT tag team division right now is very, very weak. It's the weakest it's ever been. But WWE can quickly put a Band-Aid on that and get another team. And then you got Sanity. You know, it's going to be heel heavy, but what are you going to do, man? You got DIY. DIY is the perfect babyface team. The perfect babyface team. Have them go through all these heel teams, man. You know, build some credibility as them as champions and put together a team that I think would be glorious. You know? There's no tag teams in NXT right now, which it sucks. Because they are known for breeding great fucking tag teams. I don't think Nakamura is going to lose at TakeOver. I don't think Bobby Roode's going to win the title. I would not have Bobby Roode win the title. I would not. I think after what you hear with my Kenny Omega video later, if Kenny Omega is in the WWE, I would start him in NXT. I would have he and Nakamura for the title at WrestleMania. or during WrestleMania weekend at NXT Takeover Orlando. I don't think Bobby Roode's going to win. I think Bobby Roode could be used elsewhere. I think his talents can be used elsewhere. Austin Aries is someone who people really aren't talking about. There's no news on his return. He'll be back. He'll be back February, March, the latest. Why don't you give us the glorious heels? Seriously. Why don't you give us the dirty heels from TNA, but the glorious heels? Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. I would love for the NXT Tag Team Division to have Bobby Roode and Austin Aries running shit, and I would love to see that put together. You got Austin Aries and Bobby Roode versus DIY at WrestleMania weekend for TakeOver Orlando. That's what I do. I think Bobby Roode, while WWE goes out and signs a Kyle O'Reilly, and they go out and get an Adam Cole, and they go out and get a Kenny Omega, and they go out and bring a Cassius Ohno, the main event scene, if that fantasy world comes true, NXT set up top. I don't see Bobby Roode fitting up there. Bobby Roode's great, but I see him having a run as a tag team in NXT. Maybe you rebuild the tag team division with those guys, and then he gets called up. And then he gets called up later on in the year. I see Bobby Roode being called up the same time that Bayley got called up in 2016, around SummerSlam. I think that's when you do it. But if all that comes true, as far as the main card or the main scene for the NXT title comes true, there's no reason for Bobby Roode to be in the main event scene. I think he would be better off utilized in the tag team division, the Glorious Heels. Roode and Aries versus DIY for the NXT Tag Team Championships at TakeOver San Antonio. I think that's the way to go. Let me know what you guys think about that. And finally, we had William Regal come out at the end of the show. He moderated a face-to-face segment. You knew shit was going to break down here. Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, they cut a promo claiming that they will be the first, dual NXT Women's Champion, or one of them will be NXT Women's Champion. Nikki Cross comes out, and then Asuka is introduced, and Asuka, she doesn't do none of her entrance, no mask, no makeup, no fucking, none of the typical shit that we see with her entrance. She came out in a ripped t-shirt, in jeans, she bolted for the fucking ring, and she chased off Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. Okay? Now, this was fun. When we got to Nikki Cross and Asuka, and they had a stare down, that's what everybody was invested in. After seeing Nikki Cross and Asuka tonight on NXT, it makes me want to see the one-on-one match between Asuka and Nikki Cross more so than the Fatal 4-Way. That's just me. I thought what Nikki Cross and Asuka did as far as dynamic go in the ring together was a lot of fun. And again, like I mentioned on one of my Lucha Underground reviews the last couple of weeks, what is it with the fucking security guards, man? Why are all security guards or all personnel who are playing security guards booked like complete fucking retards? Asuka destroyed about 6 security guards last night. I mean, one woman destroying 6 men, big, large men. The one guy, there was one skinny black guy who got kicked in the face. I understand that. If you're getting kicked in the face by Asuka, fine, you're gonna get knocked the fuck out. But these other guys were just like fucking coming in there like they were a bunch of fucking, they look like fucking putties from Power Rangers. Like they just fucking come out of nowhere, they're fucking flailing their arms all over the place, and they're merely there to get their fucking ass kicked. No defense, they're just standing there like a fucking punching bag. They're made to look like fucking retards. Why? I don't get it. One woman, I understand she's a fucking monster, but one woman beating up all these guys. Illogical. It's fucking silly, dude, and it looks stupid. Anyway, the rest of the guards, they come to their senses, they pull Asuka out of the ring, and then Nikki Cross gets on the top rope. A picture-perfect cross-body block, and it was spread out across everybody, man, like a fucking bowling alley, and her bowling a strike. She took out everybody, all the guards pulling Asuka. Asuka herself fell down with Nikki Cross's crossbody. And I really like the dynamic between Asuka and Nikki Cross, man. That's what we're going to be looking out for. I think Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, they're going to bring this match down. If it was just Cross and Asuka, I think that would be... Honestly, if it was just Cross and Asuka, it would probably be one of the better NXT Women's Championship matches that we've seen in a very long time. And I don't know why they didn't go with the one-on-one. I understand Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, they've been in storylines lately, but, you know, they're getting their shot. Good for them. But it's going to take away from this match, which could have been great with just Asuka and Nikki Cross. And that's the way the show goes off the air. And that was pretty much it, man. That was NXT. Not much going on here, but TakeOver, like I said, it's very underwhelming as far as the build goes, but when we get to the show, we're all going to be excited. We're all going to be fucking happy, and it's NXT, and they never put on a bad TakeOver show. I think it's going to far exceed everybody's expectations because of the underwhelming build. I think WWE is going to do a lot better with the WrestleMania build with NXT for NXT TakeOver Orlando. And there's a lot of huge question marks, man. I would love to see Kenny Omega in NXT. I'd love to see he and Nakamura battle for the world title. I would like to see Kyle O'Reilly in NXT. I would like to see Adam Cole in NXT. I would like to see, you know, Bobby Roode and Austin Aries get a shot at DIY at WrestleMania weekend. I think those are the ideas that WWE needs to go with for NXT. And replenish the top of the card and build everything else slowly. That's just me. Let me know what you guys think about that. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter, at JD from NY206. I will be tweeting all weekend long during these events. And make sure you guys check out audibletrial.com for the free 30-day trial of the service and one free audiobook. That's audibletrial.com/offthescript. And I will be back later today at 4 p.m. with Off the Script Extra, Kenny Omega. Huge Royal Rumble tease. My plans and my storylines that I came up with booking Kenny Omega in 2017 and 2018 if he does indeed come to the WWE. And the latest from Dave Meltzer on his contract status. What is Meltzer's opinion right now, the very, very latest, and I mean Wednesday latest, according to Meltzer, about what is going on with Kenny Omega and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Until then, guys, take care. Thank you so much. I'll see you today for Off the Script Extra, and then tomorrow for a monstrous episode of Off the Script, episode 154. I'll see you then at 11 a.m. Until then, JD, and I'll see you guys later today.